Hello, and welcome. Before we get going here, I highly advise you to check out this website, InsideTradeLLC.com. They have everything you need to learn how to be successful in the alternative investment market. In the alternative investment world, there are so many markets it can make your head spin. Whether it's private placement, managed futures, Forex or any other niche, one thing is certain, alternative investments are showing up everywhere. With this trend now apparent, the real question is, why wouldn't you broker alternative investments? Well, if you can play by the rules, brokering can be quite a lucrative profession. As you'll see, there is a lot of money in investment brokerage, but there is also strict regulation. Since you can't broker deals with insufficient education, we have provided a great video on alternative investment law. To get you started, we'll review some of the basic legal facts for brokers, covering all of the major markets in the process. This will allow you to protect yourself and others while brokering, making all of your transactions more successful. First things first, let's review how the law affects each of the markets. Private placement. If you choose to broker private placement investments, you must act within the law. First, you should always attain private placement investors indirectly, without solicitation. This is extremely critical due to the strict laws associated with private placement programs. If you solicit investors before they inquire about the private placement program, the fact is, you are breaking the law. To remain effective and legal, you should always contact investors citing networking as your main objective. Once trust opens up the conversation, and they request information, you can discuss any private placement investment you want. Also, when providing private placement documentation to an investor, it should never state yields or commitments. By quoting yields either verbally or through documentation, you are breaking the law again, and this time it's far more serious. Forex investments. If you want to become an introducing broker for a managed Forex investment, there are two routes you can take. First, you could become an introducing broker for a Forex trader within the US, earning commission for every investor you find. Though this sounds great to most, you must have a National Futures Association license before you can start soliciting investors. This can take months of studying, but it can pay off big in the end. In contrast, you can become an introducing broker for Forex traders using private placement contract or offshore Forex brokers. Once again, you would be collecting commissions for investor referrals. By working with traders who utilize offshore Forex brokers, you are not subject to the laws in the United States. This does allow you to earn commissions, but the reality is, attaining Forex investors can be very tough if you're unlicensed. Overall, whether you want to broker domestic or offshore Forex investments, you must always keep the law in mind. Though managed Forex is very lucrative, if you slip up, you could be in hot water overnight. Managed futures. If you choose to broker managed futures investments, you can take one of two paths. First, you can broker managed futures in the United States, raising capital to earn commission. This requires a National Futures Association license, which adds strict oversight into the picture. Though there are drawbacks to having an NFA license, the fact is, licensed futures brokers have the potential to earn millions every year. For this very reason, it's always a good idea to get an NFA license if you are working in managed futures. Since the license is recognized by investors worldwide, you can raise limitless equity if you are smart. In contrast, if you choose to broker a managed futures investment without a license, the trader must be offshore. In this case, since you are working with an offshore futures trader, American laws do not apply to you. Though it would seem appealing to broker deals without regulation, in all reality, it's harder than it sounds. Other alternative investments. If you want to broker investment-related products, you must define your niche. Whether it's REOs, private equity, hedge funds, loans or more, there It's always a deal to broker. Though you can get rich brokering investments, you must know one thing above all: the law. In every investment market, there are laws you must abide by if you want to succeed in business. Do yourself a favor and thoroughly research your alternative investment market before pursuing it. The reality is, you could need a license, or you may choose to work with private investments. Remember, alternative investments are great, but just like anything else in life, there are ground rules. As you can see, there's a lot of opportunity in alternative investment brokerage, but you must act within the law. The reality is, each market has its own parameters, and they are easy to succeed within. If you want to broker alternative investments, do yourself a favor and know the law like the back of your hand. The fact is, if you do some basic legal research, it will help you avoid mistakes which could slow down your success. Remember, you never want to break the law in the beginning, or you could lose everything you've worked for in the end. In summary, if you want to become an alternative investment broker and you don't like strict laws, too bad. The fact is, each alternative investment market has rules that apply to everyone. By working creatively within the law, truthfully, you will have far more success in the end. All in all, just set some goals and be patient. If you don't feel educated enough in the market you're brokering, you should never push deals. It's always better to gain experience slowly, rather than risking everything on the first few deals. Remember, brokerage is a double-edged sword that can lead to riches or legal disaster. Do yourself a favor and get educated in your market. If you dedicate enough time and effort, the fact is, you can never fail. For more free alternative investment education, check out InsideTradeLLC.com. Education is key to your success.